You ever let someone you barely know into your life and then realize they already knew everything about you? This happened 3 years ago. I'm Ryan. My girlfriend Taylor and I were drowning in Charlotte. 9 to 5 jobs that felt more like 11 to 7. Rent that kept climbing, the kind of tired that gets into your bones. One night, she looked at me across the kitchen table and said, "Let's just disappear for a weekend. Real mountains, no service, fall colors, us." I was in. Money was tight though, so I texted my best friend since freshman year, Chris. He'd just gotten out of a 4-year relationship that ended ugly. I told him the cabin in the Blue Ridge Mountains was cheap if we split it 3 ways. He said yes before I even finished typing. We booked this old A-frame tucked way back off a gravel road outside Asheville. 2 bedrooms, stone fireplace, porch hanging over a misty valley. It felt like the reset we all needed. 3 days before the trip, Chris calls me sounding sheepish. "Bro, I met someone. Her name's Brooke. We've been talking every night. She's cool, I swear. Can she come?" Taylor and I stared at each other. We didn't know this girl, but Chris swore he'd cover extra gas and groceries if we said yes. We caved. We didn't want to be the reason he stayed home feeling like shit. The drive up was off from the first mile. Brooke climbed into the back seat looking exactly like her pictures. Curly hair, big smile, flannel shirt, but she barely spoke. Just watched the trees blur past like she was memorizing every turn. Taylor tried the usual, "So what do you do?" questions. Brooke's answers were short, polite, and somehow empty. "I help people figure things out." That was it. By the time we pulled up to the cabin at sunset, I still didn't know what her laugh sounded like. The place was perfect. Golden leaves everywhere, wood smoke in the air, that crisp mountain chill. We got the fire roaring, opened beers, and for a couple hours it actually felt fun. Then Taylor suggested we play Never Have I Ever to loosen up. That's when the first crack appeared. Taylor says something harmless. "Never have I ever lied to get out of plans with someone." Brooke's smile snaps off. She leans forward, eyes locked on Taylor, and her voice goes flat and cold. "Why would you say that? You accusing me of something?" The room got dead quiet. Chris laughed nervously. "Babe, it's a game." Brooke stared another second, then blinked and giggled like nothing happened. "Sorry, I'm super competitive." She even reached over and squeezed Taylor's knee, but the smile never touched her eyes. Later, while we were cooking pasta, Brooke started telling stories, graphic ones, about the very first night she and Chris hooked up. Details nobody asks for in mixed company. Chris turned red and stared at his plate. Taylor kept shooting me looks like, "What the hell?" I tried steering the conversation with dumb jokes, but Brooke just kept going. Voice sweet, eyes bright, like she was testing how far she could push before someone stopped her. We crashed around midnight. Around 2:30, I felt Taylor's hand on my arm, shaking me. "Listen," she whispered. From the other bedroom, we could hear Chris and Brooke arguing. Low, fast, ugly whispers. Couldn't make out the words, but the tone was vicious. We lay there pretending we couldn't hear it. What else were we supposed to do? The next day, we hiked a short trail. Brooke was quiet again, almost sweet. But that night, everything tilted. I woke up because the air felt wrong. Opened my eyes, and there she was. Brooke, standing at the foot of our bed in the dark, perfectly still, staring down at Taylor's sleeping face. Her eyes were wide open, unblinking. When she noticed I was awake, she leaned in slow, close enough I could smell her shampoo, and whispered, "You two look so safe together." Then she turned and padded out of the room without another word. My heart was slamming against my ribs. I woke Taylor. We were still whispering when the door creaked open again. Chris, pale as paper, slipping inside and locking it behind him. "Guys, she wasn't in bed when I woke up. I found her bag open. There were zip ties and printed photos of you two. Screenshots from your Instagram stories like 6 months ago. How the hell did she have those printed already?" We sat there in the dark, rain starting to hammer the tin roof. No cell signal, 30 miles of winding mountain road between us and anyone. We were whispering about leaving right then when we heard the front door open. and close. Through the window, we watched Brooke walk straight into the black woods in nothing but a t-shirt and shorts, barefoot, rain pouring down. She was humming something slow and off-key, arms swinging like she was taking a pleasant evening stroll. Chris looked like he might throw up. That's not sleepwalking. She's been watching me, saying my ex's name in her sleep, asking me questions about you guys that I never answered. We stayed locked in that room until the sky started to lighten. Around 6, we heard her in the kitchen, humming the same tune, making coffee like it was any other morning. She greeted us with that bright smile. Pancakes? We played along. Packed in 20 minutes flat, told her we had a family emergency back home. The drive down the mountain was silent except for the windshield wipers. Chris kept glancing in the rear view like he expected her to be sitting there anyway. 2 weeks later, Taylor and I tried looking Brooke up. Nothing. No socials, no work history. The name she gave us went to dead ends. Even Chris said the dating app profile had vanished the day after we got home. Then, last month, I got a plain white envelope in the mail. No stamp, no return address. Just my name in neat block letters. Inside was one photo. It was taken from outside our bedroom window at the cabin. Taylor and me asleep. The angle was close, too close. On the back, in the same handwriting, "Sweet dreams, see you soon." I still don't know who Brooke really was. I don't know why she came on that trip, what she wanted, or how long she'd been watching us before we ever met her. Sometimes at night, I wake up and check the windows, and every once in a while, I swear I hear that same quiet humming just outside the glass. You think you know someone after a weekend in the mountains? You don't. You never really do.